Beneath Antarctica's frozen surface, scientists just uncovered something no one was prepared for. This could change human survival forever. Antarctica is the world's fifth largest continent, but for most of history, it has felt like the planet's final sealed vault. But scientists have been prying that vault open, and what they've found is unsettling. Beneath miles of frozen cover are chambers of black water that have been hidden from the surface for millions of years. Inside them, strange signs of life flicker, suggesting that Earth is keeping secrets in its coldest corner. Secrets that could affect not just our understanding of life on this planet, but our survival on it. If these alien-like ecosystems exist here, the question isn't just what lives in the darkness, but what happens if they are disturbed. For all our satellites and expeditions, there's still little known about Antarctica. It spans over 14 million square kilometers and is buried under an ice sheet so thick that in some places it is more than 2 miles deep. For decades, most of what was understood came from blurry satellite images and radar echoes bouncing through the ice. It's only recently that scientists have begun piercing the sheet directly, lowering equipment into the abyss. And even then, every step comes with danger of contamination, collapse, or discovering something the world isn't prepared to handle. Apparently, Antarctica is not static. It is alive with unseen rivers, ice streams that carve through rock, and entire mountain ranges cloaked in white. But the most disturbing discovery so far hasn't been mountains or rivers, it's what waits beneath them. Recently, scientists exploring under Antarctica's ice revealed 2 subglacial lakes of particular interest. What's even cooler, these lakes were spotted from space. Over a decade ago, NASA launched a satellite called IceSat, which measured the ice sheet mass balance, cloud, and aerosol heights. The satellite also helped create a free map of Antarctica. In 2018, they launched IceSat-2 to measure ice heat elevation and sea ice thickness. It was NASA's most advanced Earth-observing laser technology. It was through this that they were able to spot these 2 new lakes near a pair of larger ones. But how is it possible these lakes existed? The average thickness of Antarctica's ice is approximately 1.2 miles deep. However, it sometimes extends to over 1.8 miles thick in some places, especially during winter. That's why the lakes had been missed at first. Drilling teams using high-pressure hot water drills eventually bored through and confirmed what was hiding there. Vast, pressurized lakes of liquid water. Imagine that, deep beneath a world of ice, a hidden underworld that has been cut off from sunlight for millennia, and yet somehow, against every odd, it is alive. What scientists couldn't completely wrap their heads around was how the water moved for many years. More digging and research led to insights of what was hidden beneath the surface in plain sight. They discovered an entire network of meltwater lakes connected under Antarctica's fast-flowing ice streams, and there were hundreds of them. They weren't static. Instead, they were filling and draining into the ocean over time through a system of waterways. A recent study showed that the drainage of one of the lakes flushed as much as 198 billion gallons into the ocean in 3 days. The discovery of the 2 lakes gives scientists a better insight on how fast the Antarctica ice sheet will change as the climate gets warmer. However, the chilling part was what scientists found as signs of life when they lowered sterile equipment into one of the lakes. Nearly 4,000 microbial species were living in the inky water. These organisms weren't photosynthesizing because no sunlight has ever reached them. Instead, they were feeding off chemical energy. The fact that life exists in places with no sunlight, little oxygen, and crushing pressure changes the rules of biology. If microbes can survive here in what looks like an alien ocean beneath the ice, then maybe life can exist in other frozen worlds too, on Jupiter's moon Europa or Saturn's moon Enceladus. The truth is chilling, but one thing is for sure, Antarctica isn't just a frozen wasteland. It's a world within a world, and scientists have only just touched the surface. Beneath the ice, there are rivers, lakes, and entire ecosystems waiting to be revealed. What else could be hiding beneath?